Again, my name is Juan Guardia, Director of the Center for Multicultural Affairs at Florida State University. And I stand here because I have colleagues that were not able to attend here for personal and professional reasons. The reality is I myself and some of my colleagues, we brought extra identification. I brought my passport with me because the reality is I didn't know what to expect coming to Arizona. I would be remiss if I didn't say that as the son of Cuban immigrants who came here in the United States less than 35 years ago to come here and better themselves for the reality of this country and be a first-generation college student, I'm advocating for not only members of my comunidad, but for the students that are on my campus. Although I am in Florida, there are some legislation that's going on in Florida that could be very similar that's going on in Arizona, Iowa, and Georgia. The reality is I also stand here from the perspective as a man who is privileged to be here. And so one of the things that I would like for y'all to recognize is that we are privileged to be here in Arizona for the time that we're here for this conference. And the reality is we will get back on our planes, trains, and automobiles to head back. But we will live Arizona. And we have our colleagues here that we have to think about on a daily basis. So the reality is, as you're watching the TV news, as you're watching the headlines, please think about what's going on here within this state. This is something that's affecting us at a national level, not just at a regional or state level. I implore you to take action. Think about social justice from a variety of different lenses, whatever you can do with your students on your campus, and make sure that that's something that you can promote on a variety of basis. And at the same time, remember who we're doing this for those individuals who chose, for again, personal and professional reasons to not be able to come here. Again, I would like to thank you for being on here. I appreciate you all being here. I think this is one of our responsibilities as KCs here at NASPA, and I've been honored to serve as a member of the Latino knowledge community. Thank you.
Soy la profesora, doctora Michelle Espino, desde la Universidad de Georgia. I dedicate this to my friends in Tucson. Welcome to Arizona. To the south of us, the azure skies of the old pueblo, Tucson, my home away from home. To our present location, the warmth emanating from the Valley of the Sun. Welcome to the borderlands of thought and action, research and practice, scholar practitioner and scholar activist, tyranny and revolution, of status quo and solidarity, of hate and hope, of empty promises and grassroots change. Welcome to the state that allows convention centers to be built on sacred ground, where the Dr. King National Holiday was not recognized until 1992, where hotels put profits before people in love, where tribal nations are split in half by militarized zones, where children are denied the fundamental right to learn about their cultures, their languages, their histories. This is the land that raised Cesar Chavez. This is the final resting place of countless numbers of men, women, and children who journey through the desert in search of a better life with only the brush and sand to mark their last moments. This is the land of Si Se Puede, of resistance. Si Se Puede educate our thinking. Si Se Puede is education, not deportation. Si Se Puede be the thorns on the sides of our colleagues who think that signing a petition, hugging out homophobia, or lighting a candle meets their quota for social justice work. Tomorrow we will pack our bags and leave this place, leave it all behind and brush our shoulders off and say, job well done, we made it. We'll pack away our name badges, recycle them along with our promises to be advocates for students, including those who can never rub off the stain of a scarlet letter U. We will say that we achieved our goals in Arizona, made our presence known even while brujas and their henchmen invest more on prisons than public education. We will say that we listen to the voices of the marginalized but not really hearing them. 75 years of the student personnel point of view, 75 years of committing to the holistic development of students, but only for those who have the papers and the paper to get in. Only those who have managed to climb over our ivory towers and have the luxury of not being questioned about their status. We leave behind friends and colleagues who have no choice but to fight. We leave behind those with dreams deferred, whose souls are fractured, whose scars run deep from hostility and fear, seeking the salve of healing that only we can provide because we say we are about students. But if you don't have papers, you don't belong in our hallowed halls, and then I don't have to worry about no immigration problem. My friends, we don't need papers on our walls to speak the truth. We don't need papeles to illuminate our own oppression and privilege. We don't need papers to educate and liberate. Let the lumbre fire within us become a beacon of justice, alerting groups like Scholarships AZ, Freedom University, Derechos Humanos, the School of Ethnic Studies and Equality Arizona, among many, that we are committed to champion the human rights of all people. Let us be like the desert winds, carrying the voices of those in the margins, eroding mountains of oppression, nourishing the souls of allies, advocates, activists, and youth folk. Let tomorrow be the beginning.